notice. I mean, my what do you call it, charisma is not bad. I might be able to bluff my way out of this.
Evening there. Something burning? Ooh, smells like someone burnt the burgers.
I'll smell anything. I've got an appointment with LaCroix.
Sure, I'll open her up for you. Jeez, I could go for one of them double-spaced burgers with the onions and the cheese and some bacon and a guacamole. Ooh.
Most of that sounds horrible. I'll let you guys decide which ones. I didn't do it.
Haven't been contacted by Grout. I thought I made it clear that you were not supposed to come back until we had heard from him.
Grout's dead.
Grout's dead? What?
Also, I almost died in fire. This crazy German guy box set.
Buck. Every time I think he's lost the scent. So, Buck killed Grout to draw me out.
Oh yeah, you're real fucking inconspicuous, living at LaCroix Tower in the middle of downtown LA. Bach didn't know Grout was dead.
Buck is a hunter. They stalk and kill our kind to appease their god. But like many mortals, their so-called faith is nothing but a conduit through which they quench their killing urge. Who else would have killed Grout?
I don't know, you. On the way in, I saw Nines Rodriguez leave the mansion. And I don't have the option to not tell you about him, so okay.
Look at me. Are you sure it was Nines Rodriguez? Because if it was, the consequences... Do you know where this might lead? Do you really have any idea?
Well, I mean, I don't have Auspex, so there's no possible way I could see through someone obfuscating themselves to look like him. No, I'm not sure it was Nines either. Something was weird. It was, like, really polite and acting like like English was a second language.
It means... Under most circumstances, I would call a blood hunt on the murderer immediately. However, the anarchs of this city may interpret such an action to be a declaration of war. I do not want a war with them. This decision will take some time. I need to confer with the Primogen on this. In the meantime, I've come to a decision on the Ankaran sarcophagus, and I believe that for the safety of the inhabitants of this city, we need to place the sarcophagus under Camarilla protection until its contents can be confirmed. You're becoming quite indispensable to me. So, out of all my available personnel, I'm going to entrust the retrieval of the sarcophagus to you. It was quietly delivered to the Museum of Natural History a few hours ago.
I'll go at once.
The manifest from the Dane shows there was a small box from the same dig on board, but it was listed as missing. Keep an eye open for it. It may have been overlooked. It's crucial we get the sarcophagus in our possession within the next few hours.
All these tasks left me a little short on cash.
Yes, of course. Here, I can't have one of my representatives running around wearing attire befitting a cut-rate funeral parlor. Invest it carefully.
That should permit me to more quickly bring the sarcophagus to you.
Here are the keys to the front door of the museum. The sarcophagus should be in an examination room of some sort. There's a small security staff on site, but I don't want a massacre. Mortals are just as easy to deceive as they are to kill.
I'm ready to go.
There is a degree of immediacy attached to this task. Work fast. And, as on the Dane, you are not to open the Ankaran sarcophagus for any reason. Excuse me.
Okay. Okay, this is just back to back with these points of concern. I mentioned that the Skyline Apartments is the second buggiest point in the game. The museum is the first. I'm gonna go ahead and it already saved. Okay.
Where to?
Way from here to the museum. Also, I make no promises of not turning this into a bloodbath. I will explain why momentarily. Ooh, sticky note. Due to unforeseen, though fortunate circumstances, the business of Madame Leota has been relocated onto the Santa Monica Pier. Is that the, is that the psychic lady down at the... Huh. Hello! Already, this is looking up! Can I... No? I can't talk to him. Okay. Okay, so, when I say this is looking up, you see this door? Normally, when it bugs out for me, this door is a table. The table is too wide to get around, and just tall enough that it can't be jumped over. And not only is that door a table, every door is a table. You can see how this would make progressing through the level somewhat difficult. Yeah, the only way to get through is no clip. And funny, you scared the crap out of the cleaning crew. Would you put the damn raptor back in its exhibit? Oh, and don't leave your keys lying around or Marshall will fire your ass. Damn it. Well, let's not go that way. Doink. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not very familiar with this level because this is only like the second time I've had to do it legit, that I've been able to do it legit. Wish me luck. Including luck that I figure out where I'm supposed to go. Huh. He thinks it's not that way. Hop, skip, and a jump. Sneaking, I am sneaking. Look how stealthy I am. They don't suspect a thing. I don't know why, but this place reminds me of the uh-oh. I don't know why, but this place reminds me of the train station level in Blood. Are you serious? Yeah. Huh. Reminder. Just a reminder, Dr. Anders Johansson, aka the sarcophagus guy, will be working at the museum for the next few days. Show him the professional courtesy we show all our guests. Fetish! That statue on Daryl's workstation is creeping me out. I was working late the other night, and I swear I thought I saw it move. It's another gag, is it? If it is, I don't think it's funny. Virus alert! Read me! Nav has detected a virus in the attachment of this message, and the virus has been quarantined, and a notice sent to adcxu@mail.net. Thanks, from Elminster. Those keys you found? They're Larry's. I'll tell him you left them in the Lost and Found. Well, looks like we know where to go next. As quick as our stubby little legs can take us. Uh-oh. Be on my way. Oh, bloody hell. Just, Pardon. Let's just wait a few seconds for him to pass. Oh. Now, that fetish that it was mentioning, that's actually one of the items that we need. Yeah, this place has a real key problem. Stuck. Ooh, drugs. Down into the basement. This is another one that, way easier as a Nosferatu. Shit.
Freeze!
Double shit. How did I not notice that camera there? We didn't see nothing. You think the boss is gonna be mad? A better question is, do I care? Now remember, they shot at me first, so I don't lose humanity for killing them. You know, because we're in the museum. Now, I'll admit that could have gone a little bit better. A tiny bit. But it's okay. Because if you kill all the witnesses, that's just as good as not being seen. Look, the bodies are disappearing by themselves. Guys somehow figured that wouldn't work. Oh, yeah, that's not happening. Ow. 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 Stop it, you're bruising my feelings. Boink. The baton, as you can probably guess, is one of the worst weapons in the game. Marshall changed the code again. He is on such a power trip. I think you're right. He managed to send it to everyone but you. Again. Not that you ever check your mail anyway. The code's 2358. You owe me lunch. Weird that that it's not blaring any more alarms. We'll unlock that in a second. Yoink. Oh. I think it's around here. There. Fetish statue. Fetish statue is of no real use to us. However, like I said, we'll need it later. Did I say that? I meant to say it. I already went in there. What was it? 2358? Yep. Now back to super stealth mode. Hello. I'm not sure who looks like the bigger idiot there. Me or him? Ow. Ow. Oh, look, another key. If it opens this door right here. Why, it does! And we are now done with the museum. I didn't do it. He might have.
Can't understand why someone would go through the trouble of stealing a box with a very ancient corpse. This city's not that dull.
Beckett, what are you doing here?
I'm an archaeologist, so I thought I'd indulge in a quick study of this Ankaran sarcophagus everyone's so riled up about. My guess, from what I've read about it, is that it's a mummified Mesopotamian king. I needed confirmation.
Quick thing about Beckett, him claiming to be an archaeologist. I believe this is the only place that he actually does that, like, this game. I think in, like, everything else, he's always claimed to be an anthropologist. Pedantic, I know, but just figured, whatever. Did you get to examine it all?
Oh, I really wish I had. All this speculation about the sarcophagus containing an antediluvian and being a portent of Gehenna is making me cringe. These are the kinds of ridiculous, superstitious assumptions I came here to debunk.
Ooh. Pro wrestling ad over there. I can't see who's in it. That Nil Masquerade? What? Antediluvians?
No one I know has ever met one. But each of the clans and their bloodlines supposedly trace their origin to an original vampire, an antediluvian. Some swear these grandsires still exist into the present, but then kindred and kind believe a lot of strange things.
They're basically the super NPCs from Deadlands, except they're slightly more tolerable because they don't show up fucking constantly. And, yeah, they're... Every single clan does trace to an antediluvian, including the ones who insist that their antediluvian is like, newer, like the Giovanni. We'll get to the Giovanni. But no, all of them trace to an actual antediluvian, which, for those who don't know the term, it's a real one referring to, I believe the literal translation is before the deluge, as in the biblical flood. And Gehenna?
Armageddon, doomsday, the end of all kindred. It's a common facet of most mythologies. Fear that the world will end. Many believe Cain and the antediluvians will return to consume or destroy all kindred. I wholeheartedly disagree.
Why do you disagree?
As I said, many cultures have the fear of some form of apocalypse. Kindred believed in these stories when they were human, and naturally carried them over into kindred myth. But it doesn't take a supernatural act to cause widespread destruction. Humans and kindred are just as capable of managing their own destruction as a deity. A self-realized Gehenna warrants more vigilance than a god-induced one, don't you agree? Such is my argument, which so frequently falls on deaf ears.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I really wish that Beckett's idea here was the actual meta plot of Vampire the Masquerade. It's way, way better than all the Cain and antediluvian crap about like Gehenna actually happening. I almost want to recommend reading the End Times book if you ever get the chance. It's terrible, but it's terrible in that weirdly compulsive train wreck kind of way. Can you tell me more about Thin Bloods?
Thin Bloods rarely exhibit features or powers of their clan, and many can't embrace. Some are even rumored to have reproduced. Many kindred are terrified that their weak blood heralds the dissipation of every bloodline. Somewhat of an ignorant reactionary response, don't you think?
Who's Cain?
Cain is the biblical first kindred and founder of the mythological first city, Enoch, a place where kindred and kine coexisted. I believe Cain's a figure concocted to personify the transition from nomadic society to agrarian society. That myth, like most, has been twisted by time.
Are there any other signs of Gehenna?
What prophecy doesn't have vague apocryphal signs? Let's see. The usual ones cited are the appearance of Thin Bloods, Cain sightings, doom, gloom, that route.
Funny thing about his making fun of Cain. During the lead up to the End Times, Beckett was traveling around with Cain. Like Cain was in under like permanent obfuscate, so Beckett didn't know who he was. But yeah, this is all fascinating stuff. How long have you been studying kindred lore?
For 300 years I've been trying to determine the function of our existence, the kindred's role in the world. I'm not content to attribute it to some act of supernatural biblical vengeance. We exist for a reason, and if it takes another 300, I'll figure it out. Any thoughts?
Yeah, that last one at the bottom there, that one's depressing because, I'll explain when we get to the Shamisi. We're the next evolution of humans!
Yes, I've heard that theory before. It certainly seems plausible, but there's little proof to support it. Still, it's a better explanation than a divine sentence for manslaughter.
I agree!
Remember, the truth won't be told in time. It will be told by us. Well, my work here is stolen away into the night. Think I'll do the same.
Bye, Beckett. Well, time to get chewed out. Luckily, this game is on rails, so we're not going to get chewed too hard.
Oh, excuse me, starting to doze off there. Oh, I need to get a guard animal of some sort to alert me when folks come in. Maybe one of them chimps like on that show Ape Detective? Oh, that monkey always gets his man.
LaCroix's expecting me?
What? Oh, yeah, Mr. LaCroix's expecting you. For a young guy, he sure likes to work late. Me, I spent most of my youth in the entertainment industry. Yeah, I guarded the sets for over 6 top 10 TV shows.
That actually sounds pretty cool. Also, not gonna lie, I would watch Ape Detective. I want that knife. in his eyes.
The folly of leadership is knowing that no matter what you do, behind your back there's hundreds, certain that their own solution is the sounder one, and that your decision was the byproduct of a whimsical dart toss.
I mean, it's not.
The blast sentence, and I soak the critical fallout. I make the decisions no one else will. Leadership. I wear the albatross and a bullseye.
But, you could just not do that.
I've had my fill of sycophants. I need adjutants I can trust.
I haven't met many people. I haven't met people who speak highly of you. What's this all about?
The blood hunt on Nines Rodriguez for the murder of Alistair Grout will be called. Rodriguez's execution is only a matter of time. I have lit the fuse. If a war ignites, it's my head they will sharpen the pikes for. At least I can rest easy in knowing that you, my most promising attendant, has relieved me of one encumbrance tonight. Do you need assistance bringing the sarcophagus up to my office?
Yeah, about that.
Stolen?
No.
Stolen? How? Who would... Oh, Gary. Gary, you treasonous maggot. I should have anticipated your treachery, sewer rat.
Gary.
The Nosferatu Primogen. The Nosferatu were responsible for finding out where the sarcophagus was taken after the Dane, and for getting keys to the museum. They were the only ones who knew. It's obvious to me now. My mistake.
The
I
nose.
want him found. I want him found. The sarcophagus could be exploited, causing who knows what catastrophe to this city. If it were to fall into the wrong hands...
You say, want him found, you mean me.
The Nosferatu...
I hit the wrong key.
...filth below the streets of Hollywood, but not even I know just where they hide. Hollywood is, unfortunately, lacking in any Camarilla loyalties. Hollywood's baron is an anarch named Isaac. Isaac's more civil than the anarchs downtown, but nonetheless, he wears his mistrust of me on his sleeve. He may know how to contact the Nosferatu. Find Gary and get him to talk. That sarcophagus could be used against us. Do not come back until you have it. Now, I must announce the blood hunt and bear the brunt of all consequences. Escort him out.
Yeah, this time we just get kicked out. Well, at least he didn't notice that I killed like 7 or 8 security guards. And that's where we're going to end it. Next time we will start, right here is as good a place as any. And then head to Hollywood. Yes, I'm going to make you sit through that load screen. If I have to sit through it, you do too. Unless you just, move the video player thing. In which case, fuck you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.